Alright, what are we doing today?
We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
Failure again. Capture him!
Uh-oh.
Well shit, color me impressed. Okay, first question is, how did it take me so long to get to this? Well, I know the answer to that already. Skylanders Imaginary has been keeping me busy, and I've been binge posting the fuck out of that. And if I've ever held a record for anything, it's always catching up with the latest things at the absolute latest of times. I seem to have that up my alley apparently. So anyway, that brings us to Crash Bandicoot n-sane Trilogy. First revealed in December during the PSX event, and it was spontaneously met with praise at first glance. And honestly, I can't really blame them. I mean, this game looks beautiful. Almost everything about it just looks breathtaking. Feels like Vicarious Visions went full on new and tasty with Crash here. Just to clarify, I know this isn't necessarily a remake and that it's being rebuilt from the ground up. But beyond that, things are looking great here. Of course, we've only seen Crash 1 out of all the games, which, kinda makes sense. I mean, if we had everything in one sitting, while that would be awesome, would probably be a bit of overkill. So it's kind of a smart move on their part. And everything looks to be on the up and up. They've got just about every minute detail down pat, judging by the gameplay and the visuals alone. And I've also took time to notice the small things, like how there's going to be a time trial session for levels in Crash 1 or 2 it seems. Knowing my personal history with Crash 3, the time trials always throw me for a loop, so I can at least hope it'll be merciful here. And I think I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the quality of the character models. Honestly, everyone here looks spot on. Crash kinda needed some getting used to, but upon further examination, I'm loving the look of everyone here. Crash really feels like his older self especially. Hell, we even get to see Tawna in her full glory, which is always great. Nice to see her back up and running again. I definitely have to praise how this first opening scene played out. I've always loved Lex Lang as Neo Cortex, and I think this may be his best performance yet, next to Twin Sandy. Overall, it feels like they took everything we've seen from Thumpin' Wumpa Islands and cranked it up to 11. Seriously though, it's gonna be a real treat when this baby hits the shelves. Now, what do I hope for from this game? Well, aside from seeing more content as well as the inclusion of Coco, I think that's kind of a no-brainer right there. I think it'd be fucking stupid for them to get rid of a character who's been a series mainstay since Crash 2. Well, aside from forgiving time trials, I'm hoping the tweaks in rebuilding this game makes it an overall smooth experience from beginning to end. Not gonna lie, Crash 1 was the absolute mother of difficult levels, and Crash 2 fixed many of its problems, but I won't deny its toughest aspects either. Call me old-fashioned if you will, like I give a fuck. In short, I hope things get a little easier. Not too easy, but I still like a challenge where it's needed. Now, as memory goes, Vicarious Visions has had a great history with Crash Bandicoot. That's already been established. Aside from the faulty crossover that could have had some serious potential, their lineup of games were, for the most part, as faithful as they could get. And to them I wish the best of luck finishing this bad boy up. And the day it gets released, I'll be sure to pick it up and play as soon as possible. You know, if personal financial issues don't get in the way. So sorry this one took so long, but I'm glad to finally get this one up and going. I've got a lot of high hopes for n-sane Trilogy, and fingers crossed it becomes a huge success. After 20 years of spinning crates, fighting beastly animals, and defeating the likes of mad doctors everywhere, this is something that's definitely been overdue, especially considering the years upon years of an extensive hiatus. We're rooting for you, Crash. This is Dragon Boy signing out. Thanks for listening.